Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good morrow. I noticed in my last video I didn't do an outro or an intro, so for those of you that are new here, hey, this is my normal intro. Today we are going to be telling the story of how we got engaged, because I'm recently engaged. Well, not recently, but within the last 6 months we got engaged. And I figured a lot of people, because I get asked all the time what the story was, but see, I don't know all of the planning and the deliberation into it, but I remember my experience of the day of. So do you want to start off telling about how you planned it all and everything?
I was gonna take her hiking.
Yeah, I'm not a hiker, by the way. And so when she was like, oh, I'm taking you hiking, my whole thought process was that she was doing this so that I would be thrown off and think that she was doing it then, and that she was gonna do it the next day, which was not the case.
Yeah, but she was fully convinced she knew when it was gonna happen, because she even told one of her really good friends that she knew when it was gonna happen, because that friend texted me because she knew about it, because I had invited her, and she's like, hey, she knows. I was like, oh no.
Hey, Bailey.
But then she was fully convinced she knew when it was, because she's like, you're not gonna change when it is just because I know, right? I was like, no, I'm not gonna change it. Like, I already have it planned. Fully unaware. She had no idea when it was happening. So, like, I got it all planned because she was going away for fall break. And she was going to see her family, and so I texted her sister. I said, hey, I'm planning on proposing this weekend. Is there any way you can get her to go get her nails done? She's like, oh yeah, absolutely.
So take notes. Anyone who's planning on proposing to anybody else, take notes. Trust your partner wants their nails done.
At this point, I also invited one of her best friends, then my best friend and her husband. She picked up her friend on the way to our house from visiting her family, so that she could go with us, because obviously I need a photographer. And she still has no idea, by the way. So we get home late that night, or she gets home late that night, and we stay up talking, whatever. I haven't seen her in a couple days. And then we get up the next morning, and we decide we want to go get some Starbucks.
Well, how many miles is it? It's like a mile and a half. Or is it longer?
No, it's longer than that.
Oh.
It takes an hour and a half, about an hour and a half. I've got this backpack on that I'm pretending there's stuff in. There's just a water jug and her ring. That's all that's in this bag.
That's all that's in the bag?
That's all that was in the bag. Then we go and meet up with my friend and her husband, and we drive to Natural Bridge. And it's about, what, like an hour drive maybe? We start the hike. It's going okay for a little bit. But, like, she's not used to hiking. Her friend's not used to hiking. So they're both dying.
Meanwhile, me and my friend Erin are theater kids. Like, don't get me wrong. We can throw down and, like, lift some weight and, like, carry big planks and stuff. But we are not, like, regular athletes. We are not physically fit in the sense of the way that these three are. Keep that in mind.
And she's like, hey, can I have some water? I was like, yeah, sure. The jug's in the bag. So she grabs it out. I thought she was gonna, like, take a little sip up here and there. She starts chugging it. And I tell her to stop chugging it. She stops for a minute. And a little bit later in the hike, she starts chugging it again. And at this point, I take the water jug from her because I wanted some water. And she hands it to me. And mind you, this jug is over half a gallon. And it's halfway gone. And we're like half an hour into this hike, maybe.
Yeah.
If that. And she's like, I don't feel so good. Okay? What's wrong? And she's like, I think I'm gonna throw up. Throws up everywhere. And I was like, okay. She gets all of her system. I was like, okay, cool. We started hiking again. She's like, I'm gonna throw up again. Proceeds to throw up like 7 times total. Yeah. And then at this point, it's just water coming up. There's no food, it's just water.
She's not being dramatic when she says 7 times. Like, it was legitimately 7 times in a row, because I kept the cycle of chugging water, throwing up, being mad that I threw up and not wanting the taste in my mouth, chugging more water, and then throwing up again. And it was like the entire way up there. Well, I mean, we stopped for about like 30 minutes, and then we moved on and went on the rest of the way. But it was really cute. We were sitting on one of the last pictures before we got engaged is of me and you, and we're sitting on the edge with our feet hanging off, and my head's on her shoulder like this, and it's really, really sweet.
We finally get to the top, and I had convinced her to dress, like, semi-cute for this, because I knew she was going to be mad if she wasn't. And she was like, oh, why don't you dress cute? I was like, oh, I just want to take pictures. We don't have any good pictures together. And she's like, okay. And so we get up there, and we like are getting ready to take pictures, and I was like, I gotta figure out how to get the ring out of my bag. So I wait until like she turns around for a brief moment. So like it's bulging out of my pocket, and so like I have my hand in my pocket the entire time to try to hide it, which is not, it's obvious. But she didn't notice. And we take some pictures, and I had handed my phone to my friend so she could record it. Erin had the camera to take pictures, and they all know what's gonna happen. And so we're taking some pictures, and she turns around to fix her hair or something, and then turns back. I'm down on my knee, and she looks at me, and before I can even say anything, I didn't even get to actually ask her if she would marry me. And she turns around and she says,
Are you fucking kidding me? Nuh-uh. What? Yeah. What do you mean? Oh. Yeah.
and then starts crying and doesn't stop crying for like an hour.
No, and you don't know, the one thing that really pissed me off about this whole thing, I was calling all of my people to like let them know, hey, we just got engaged. Every single one of them was like, yeah, we already knew. Because Maddie went around and told everybody. So like, not one person was like, oh my God, no way. Everyone was like, yeah, congrats. We've known for months. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and... No, my end card.